Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Box, the Technical Trader. Monday night, December the 19th. And these are the charts of the day. I'm going to go over some stocks that did well today or had unusual movement, and also cover the remaining seven or so stocks that are swing trades right now. And let's start with VHC, which had a big day today. You can see the chart in front of you. This has formed a massive multi-month head and shoulders bottom. The neckline right here was pierced today with that big thrust late in the day, exploding it from about 20.40 to 25.50, so a $5 run just in the afternoon in about an hour. And it closed above that line. Could be breakout day. The volume was 5 million. That's the biggest volume in 5 months. And at this point, we may see a follow through that takes us up into the 29 zone, my short term target, secondary target 33. LDK had a good day today. Notice the double bottom after a big long downtrend. I took this from about 14, let's call it 13 and a half down to 2 and change. It ran back up to about 4 and 3/4 and rolled over and retested that low, but double bottomed. And moved steadily from 255 up to about 475, and then pulled back in a flag pattern that tested the 20. Friday it popped and moved out of that flag, and then today it surged 50 cents or 11% on 4.5 million shares, the biggest volume in 2 weeks. Is now up in a resistance zone. If it gets to 5.25, this could be a stock up around 6,620. That's my short-term target. Big day for ADES. After a big move that we spotted in May and June, the stock moved sideways for 6 months. Finally, in November, it started to move from the 15 range up to the low 20s. And then over the last couple of weeks prior to today, it was flagging or pulling back in slow, low volume retest of price support and the 20-day moving average. Firmed up on Thursday and Friday, and then today opened strong across 5 days of resistance or 20, and then ran up to 23.15 before backing off to 22.10. Still up 2.11 or 10.5%. Resistance at about 24.5 is my short-term target, and should we get through that, this could be a runner into the 30s. GTIV, it's rolling over from the mid-20s to the low single digits. The stock snapped back in October, pulled back a couple times and retested, ran up into the 6.5 range, and then consolidated for the last 5 weeks. Now today it popped 50 cents or 8.2% on 1.1 million, and that's the biggest volume in about 2.5 weeks. So potentially a breakout today through that, and now I'm looking for a move up towards 8.25, my short-term target, and we put a swing trade on it today. Call, wanted to show you this pattern because the stock really runs when it goes. I believe this is a 2-for-1 split. And today it popped the equivalent of 88 cents or 7%. But I wanted to show you the pattern because it's up against key resistance. And should it get through 13.75, 14, I think its stock could run up into the high teens, maybe 17. That's my target for call. Elan on takeover rumors today popped across this declining tops line and ran up to the July highs, jumping 75 cents or 6.3% on 8.7 million shares. That's the biggest volume going all the way back to August. So we could, and also making multi-month highs after breaking out of this base here, consolidating. Should it get up through here, we could expect a test of the gap up around 15. That's my short-term target. And if it fills that gap, we could see it up towards 17.5, 18. ZSL, the UltraShort silver, after basing, popping, and pulling back, popped last week, pulled back Thursday and Friday, and today snapped back 92 cents or 6.3% on 8.3 million. If we can get out above this high from last week around 1581, I think the stock can spike up into the 18 range, 18.25. That's my short-term target. I wanted to show you live. We had that big pop last week and then it firmed up on Wednesday and Thursday as well. It pulled back Friday. Today it had a kind of an inside day. Note that the last 2 days it's held the 460 range. And this pullback low here being about 443. So if we do 445 and 460 being short-term support, let's see if this stock continues to consolidate or hold in this area. But I do think the possibility exists that the pullback to the breakout point has held for 2 days. And if it continues to hold and starts to move up, we could see a price volume surge on it that takes it up towards 10. But let's look for a retest of 7 first. That's my short-term target. Heck added to our swing trade portfolio today because As you can see from the 2-day chart, going back way back 2 years, this line here was broken today with a thrust of 33 cents or 5%. Volume increased to 6.5 million shares. And it looks to me like the breakout has occurred and we could run up or towards the 8.25 range at the very least, maybe 8.5. That's my short-term target. Back to the ultra shorts, the price of gold and silver falling, although the last couple of days they've consolidated, and so has the GLL and the US, excuse me, the ZSL. This is gold, popped to resistance and pulled back, but very gently. Today, volume increased up 14 cents. Not a big deal, but should have thrust back up through 20, start to run, we could see a quick move towards 22.5. ViroPharma, wanted to point out that after the big thrust last Wednesday, excuse me, it had 3 consecutive inside days, and it's formed a little mini wedge here. This is the kind of breakout following this kind of pattern often goes higher, and my short-term target at 30. ONXX, our swing trade started off very nicely today, got up to 40.51. That's the highest in a week, but pulled back to 39.48. It was only up 8 cents on the day. So as a result, I'm a little skeptical that I was a little premature in my pick and that this may be a bear flag. We have to watch carefully this line as well as the 3-day lows in here around 37.5 to 38 zone. That is support right now. And if we get underneath that, you may want to think about exiting temporarily. But if it does recover and take out 41 and start to pick up some volume, I suspect that this could get up to 43.5, my first target, 45.5, my second target. KTOS pulled back 11 cents today, just 2%, but you notice that it's having a tough time getting through the declining tops line, and it continues to consolidate. It popped here, pulled back for 3 days, popped here, pulled back for 5 days, and then tried to pop here, but didn't get the volume that it got here. And now this whole pattern is a big consolidation. Watch carefully. The 545 area, I do not want it under that level. Otherwise, a retest of the lows or worse could take place. We need this to make a move here and shortly and take out the 6.5 range with volume. 640 anyway. ONTY, after we got the breakout here and I issued a buy signal, it consolidated for a couple of days, but had a reversal day here. It came down last week. Today it moved up early to 789, but backed up to 752. It was actually down 15 cents on a day. Note it's right after the rising channel bottom, and this falling wedge here could, and as well as the 20-day moving average, which are key support levels now. So do not want this under 740.45 zone, and we're pretty close to that. So keep close tabs on this one. SIMO continues to consolidate a sideways movement of about the last 6 weeks. After the big run up, I took this one from about 10.25 up to 20, so it doubled, and then moved into this consolidation pattern. Let me eliminate some of this garbage for you. There you go. And now we can see the pattern here calls for a move back up to test 21.25 or so, and through that I'm looking for 26.7. And lastly, today is FIRE, which had a very nasty reversal. Now yesterday it spiked up and broke out in heavy volume. As a result, we put out a swing trade to 38.9 zone, but today it reversed very ugly and is in jeopardy of potentially making a move that takes out support. And let me see where we set our stop on this one. That was at 33. So we're down near it, and if it gets under 33, it may very well break this near-term rising bottoms line here. And if that occurs, we could see a pullback towards the $31 price and moving average and trend line support. So that's going to be up to you what you want to do with it. But anytime we get a breakout followed by steep pullback, it always concerns me. And that's it for this evening. You guys take it easy. Have a good evening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.